Alright, what we're going to do, this is the start of Unit 2, okay? Alright, and in Unit 2 we're going to do a lot of this where I'm going to teach you the lesson, but you're also going to fill in different parts as we go along, okay? The first thing we're going to talk about in Unit 2 is relations, okay? Relations will lead us to what we call functions, okay, which is the majority of what we're going to cover in Unit 2, alright? First, what is a relation? A relation is a connection between an input and an output. Relations can be expressed in 5 different ways, and we're going to go over these ways: mapping, diagrams, tables, ordered pairs, graphs, and possibly equations. However, not all relations are easily expressed using all 5 methods. The following table shows artists, their average ticket price, and their gross income. So here's a table right here. Okay, it shows the artist, U2, Bon Jovi, Taylor Swift, the ticket price for their concert. This is 2011, and how much they made in millions of dollars for their concert. Okay, and we're going to show these relations. Okay, whether the relation be artist to their ticket price, okay, or the artist to the income in millions they made, or maybe even ticket price to the income. All right, there's different relations that we have here. All right, the first is mapping. Okay, mapping can be a way to show relations. So we're going to show relations between the ticket price and the income in millions. All right, so if we look at our ticket price, $97, okay, $97, and we go over here to our table where it says U2 had sold their tickets for $97. Well, that related to him making $232 million. So 97 gets mapped to $232 million. Okay, 94, okay, if we go back to our table, 94 represented Bon Jovi's ticket price, and that went to $149 million. So we map 94 to 149. Okay, and then Kenny Chesney was 73. That maps to 85, so we map 73 to 85. Whoops. Okay, and I want you guys to fill out the rest. All right, map the rest of the examples here. All right, so that's one way to show relations. Okay. A relation can also be described by connection of things that aren't numbers, like artist, okay, income for the tour, or the artist and the stage manager. All right, so we're going to look at ordered pairs now. All right, ordered pairs as the second one, and we're still going to use this table here. Okay, so we want to relate artist to the income in millions. Okay, so let's look at our artists. Let's go back. We have U2, Bon Jovi, Taylor Swift, Elton John, Rihanna. Let's do Rihanna. Rihanna, and we're going to relate the artist to what? Artist to the income in millions. Rihanna, income in millions was 90, so we write Rihanna. And it was $90 million. That's what she made. Okay, let's do another one. Let's do Taylor Swift. And she made $104 million. Okay, the order is not too important here. Okay, so we could go out of order. Was it 104? Let's go back and check. Yeah. All right. And what I want you guys to do is fill out the rest of this, rest of these ordered pairs. Okay, where we have two relations. We have the artist to the income in millions. All right. And we could also graph. All right. When we represent relations, we can make graphs, and we're going to relate the ticket price to the income in millions. Now the graph is kind of set up for us already. We have the bottom representing the ticket price, and if you guys remember from last year, the bottom you might call it the x-axis. All right, the first related thing we're going to talk about. So that's the ticket price, and then the vertical axis, or the y-axis, is the income in millions. Okay, so let's look back at our chart. We're going to relate the ticket price to the income in millions, similar to how we did the mapping diagram. Okay, and in the mapping diagram, our ticket price, 97, related to 232. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to graph that. 97 to 232. So we go to 97 on our x-axis, our ticket price axis here, and 90's here, so 97, and 105's here, so 97 is probably about halfway. Okay, 97 is about right there. All right, and then we want to go up to 232, 220's here. All right, so 97, and then 220's here, 240's here, so it's a little bit, it's kind of in between, more on the 240 side. All right, we're going to plot a point right here, which represents 97 ticket price to $232 million. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to erase this dotted line, so I just have my dot up there. Okay, let's do another one. Let's do Elton John here. His ticket price was $120, and he made $103 million. So 120, or did I get that backwards? Nope, 120 to 103. Okay, so his ticket price was 120, which is here, and he made 103, which 100's here. So I'm going to go just above 100, 120 to 103. All right, let me do one more. Let's do, we did U2, we did Elton John. Let's do Bon Jovi, which is 94 to 149. So I'm going to do 94 to 149. 94 is just past 90. Remember, this was 97 right here. 94's got to be a little bit about right there. And then 149, or 150 is halfway, so 149 should be right there. So I'm going to go up here, about right there should be 94, 149. Okay, see if you could plot the other three points for this graph that represent the two relations. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to make relations on our own. Okay, number 4 asks us to map 5 students to their advisory teacher. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to ask 5 students, and you're going to write their names down, first names. Okay, so I'm going to make up a name, John. All right, and their advisory teacher is Mr. Blythe. Okay, so I'm going to take John and I'm going to map him to Mr. Blythe. Now they might have another advisory teacher. You might have other people with different advisory teachers. Make sure you fill them out. Okay, but you're going to take 5, write 5 names down, and you're going to map them onto their advisory teacher. Okay, don't use my example. Okay. All right, and then what you're going to do is you're going to map a number of siblings to 5 students. Okay, so you got to go around and ask students how many siblings they have. All right, for me, it's 4, and I'll put Mr. Redkin. Okay, well, I should put 3 because I'm included in that 4, right? I have 3 siblings. Okay, so I've mapped 3 to me. Okay, now let's say, Mr. Siebert also had, or another student also had 3, so you take that 3 and you just go like this. Okay, so again, don't use this example, you're going to have to do it on your own. Alright, and then you can make the table. Student to the advisory teacher. Number of siblings to the student. Okay. All right. Number 7, list ordered pairs with famous athletes as inputs and sports they play as outputs. Okay, so you're gonna make your own relation. So, for example, all right, and you're not going to use it. Okay, famous athlete, LeBron James. Can't use LeBron. All right, what sport does he play? Okay, and you're going to come up with your other inputs and outputs. All right, number 8, you're going to list 3 ordered pairs on the graph below. Okay, so ordered pairs, you relate the 2 numbers. So for the first one, the input represents the year, and the output represents the low temperature. All right, so for the first one, the year is 2000. And the low temperature is about there. That's about 12. Okay? You could fill out the other 3 years or 2 years, whatever you want to use. Okay, we have 2001 in between, 2003 in between here. Okay? Number 9 we're going to cancel out right now because we didn't talk about what is a function and what's not. Alright, we're going to talk about that in the next video.